So today we are going to be waking up your wardrobe, and this video is for you if you are over 50, perhaps heading for 60. I'll be 59 this year, and why you need to try everything on in your wardrobe. And when I say everything, I mean everything. So if you're ready for that, let's dive in. Diane and here, rah, rah, rah. I'm a routines coach. I am a minimalist, and I love helping people to get some routines so they can get more out of life. Today we're talking about wardrobe, and in my last video I mentioned that I was helping a friend of mine, let's just call her A. She wanted to do a wardrobe overhaul. She's starting a new job, and this was a really good time for her. She turned 50 last year. And we worked together intensely at her place for hours, and we've had a lot of chats since. And I said to her, I wanted to give you some of the ahas that came up for her, which apply to all of us. So if you're ready for a wee kind of wardrobe revamp, overhaul, this is for you. So why am I telling you to try on everything? Well, let's go through. I've got several reasons. Number one, probably your shape has changed over the years. Now that can be down to having kids, that would be me, hormones, if you've been through menopause, going through menopause, and even if your weight hasn't changed, my weight is still the same as it's always been. My weight is in different places now in my body. I'm much heavier down on the hips. I started back at the gym last year doing a lot of weight training. So I'm in good shape, but I've got more muscles and things fit differently. So maybe something you've had for a long time, maybe technically it fits, but does it fit well? If you've got some kind of special occasion dress, when was the last time you actually tried it on? Because if I said to you right now, okay, you're going to a wedding in a couple of hours, would you be, okay, I know exactly what I'm wearing, it fits, or would you be kind of, well, I think I have something in the wardrobe that might work. We don't want that panic for you. So try on everything, because as I said, maybe you've changed shape. The second thing, you also, not just the clothes, we're also going to have to try on our footwear. Now, footwear, boots, sandals, gym shoes, stilettos. I don't have any high heels at all. No, that's just not me. I don't feel comfy in them. Do they all fit? And again, with age, things have changed. When I had our two kids, excuse me, we throw in my throat. I put on about 20 kilos each time, and my shoe size actually went up. I went from a size 38 to a 40. And then after I had the kids, I got some insoles for my shoes, and that kind of helped bring up the arches a bit again. But my current size is, for the last many years, is a 39. But have you had any changes? Because also I found that for my kind of fancy shoes that are not sportswear, I can only really wear a certain brand. It's called Gabor, because they have a slightly broader fitting in the front. They also have another models where the shoe is broader over the whole shoe. So think about that. Have you got shoes in your wardrobe? You haven't worn them for a while. What we don't want is standing at that wedding, not being able to move because your toes are being pinched, or you can't even get the shoes on. Okay, so you got to also try on all your shoes. And when I say this, I'm not talking about doing it all in one go. But just every time you're in your wardrobe, take time to put them on, have a wee walk around the house, and how do you feel? Oh, and a wee funny story about footwear. I've told this story before, but I had a pair of boots, hadn't worn them for a while. They'd been down in the basement, and I used to have clothes all over the house, under the kids' beds, in the guest bedroom, that I had a real problem with clothes. Now everything, I've even taken the clothes from the next wardrobe here, they're all in this one now, and I'm still working on it. I can still get, rid of more, and I'm enjoying my wardrobe. I only have 4 colours, as you can see. I've got pink, red, blue and white, and that is it, and everything mixes, no other colours. But anyway, back to the boots. And I hadn't worn those boots for ages. Put them on, you know, they look great. And I'm out the door halfway down the garden path. And then the soles just disintegrated. I was missing the soles on the boots. So don't let that happen to you. And actually that takes me very nicely into the next thing of why you need to be trying on your stuff is that clothes, you know, even if you haven't worn them for a while, they just get older, you know, like us. If you've got any whites, sometimes they will yellow. Maybe you've put something back in your wardrobe and you didn't think it had any stains, and you take it out and it just looks a bit funky. So we really need to try everything on. Another case in point, also from my own experience, let me know if you're the same. I had a couple of bikinis that I used to take on holiday, and you know, we don't have much use for bikinis here in Scandinavia, but you know, I would always take them when we were going on our kind of hot holiday down to south of France or to Spain. And I realized, you know, after 3, 4, 5 years, the elastic, it's like, you know, it's fatigued. It's like metal fatigue, and it will stretch and it won't kind of stretch back again. So don't be caught out. Think about the fabrics that you've got. Some fabrics do not age well. Oh, and another case in point. My mum died. I'll be coming up for 2 years this summer. And my mum, she had a great sense of style. She loved her bling. She had a fantastic wardrobe. She loved bold colours. And my brother and I, you know, were going through mum's wardrobe, and we took a lot of stuff to charity. And she, you know, I remember going through mum's wardrobe, and, you know, there was this fake leather blazer, and I thought, oh wow, they're going to be glad to get that. I don't remember mum ever wearing it. It must have been really old. And I'm standing there folding up the jacket to put into a box for the charity shop, and I get the whole thing just disintegrate. It was a black jacket, and then the floor was just so. You know, please go through things now, because that, you know, if mum had decluttered that a few years back, somebody else could have got wear out of it. But it's not doing any use hanging in your wardrobe, potentially about to disintegrate. And when we're talking about fabrics, I've also realised the last few years, I've gone through menopause. Whenever I change things over in my wardrobe, if I'm buying new items or replacing stuff, most of my stuff I get second hand or one of our swap parties. I'm really looking for fabrics, especially for blouses and tops, that are breathable fabrics, natural fabrics. I can't do the polyester stuff anymore. So think about that. You know, maybe you have a kind of favourite blouse or dress that you wear for special occasions, but now it just kind of feels like wearing a kind of portable sauna. You know, you just don't feel good in it. Also on the you know, the styles of things, I mentioned last year, I don't know why I hadn't done it before, but I just realized that I didn't enjoy wearing jeans anymore. I much prefer kind of things like fancy joggers or trousers with elastic waists. I like wide leg trousers. And I don't know why I was holding on to the jeans, because they just didn't feel comfortable on me. And I thought, well, you know, I'm 58 now. I don't have to have anything that I don't want in my wardrobe. And they're all gone. Took them all to the last clothes swap party. So think about, you know, are you dressing for now? Or have you got this idea that you're still kind of 16 years old or 25 years old? Really, you know, now I've had a lot of insights about what I actually look best in, what makes me look my best, and not, you know, trying to do what everybody else is doing. Oh, and that kind of brings me back to my friend A, who I've been helping with her wardrobe. And she works in the corporate world. And, you know, when I was at her house and we were going through everything, and I was getting her to try things on and saying, you know, why did you buy this? What were you thinking when you bought it? How does it feel? And she was quite quickly able to weed out a lot of things that just didn't fit, or they just didn't feel good on her. And she also realized that, you know, she works in the corporate world, but when she was younger, she was quite kind of sassy, edgy, and she's realized that she's kind of lost that a bit. So I'm helping her at the moment to find some little details, how she can add that back into her wardrobe, because we want to feel confident with our wardrobe. We don't want to feel boring and just kind of fit in. You know, when we've got the things that we really love, that comes out, you know, it's expressed in how we go about our day. So she's adding in some little touches, some edginess. She quite likes animal print. We're doing little things for her. But you may like to also see your wardrobe through the lens of style words. Now, I made a dedicated video about this beginning of last year. I'll put a link. I've also got a blog post with style words. And it's just having a kind of laser focus on what you want your wardrobe to look like and what represents you. And I've got 3 style words, and any time that I'm putting together outfits or replacing things in my wardrobe, that just gives me that lens of making sure that it fits. And my 3 style words are colourful. I've really got to have colour. I'm actually not that keen anymore about having just white up here. I need to have some kind of colour. Cute, because I am kind of cute, so I like kind of cute clothes. And chic. I love any kind of French vibes. I like having little, I wear a lot of scarves with my outfits. I worked in Luxembourg at the European Court of Justice and did all my shopping over the border in France. So I love French style. My friend, she is a completely different type from me. If you know anything about dressing your truth system, I've made a lot of videos about that. I am a type 1-4. And my friend A, she is a type 4-3. Now, if you don't know anything about dressing your truth, that won't make much sense to you. But this is her, and I'm the other ones there. And she is working at the moment on coming up with some style words so that when she makes new purchases or when she's putting together outfits, that they stay true to her. And she's thinking, you know, along the lines of bold, clean and sassy or edgy. And it's just that way to kind of find the essence of who she is and express that in what she's wearing. And I have to give you a wee success story about her, because I think, you know, I went over to her place and we spent hours doing stuff, and I think she thought I was going to go along and say, well, out with all that and you need to buy X, Y, Z. And she saw, because I helped her to put together some outfits, she had a lot of brilliant things. She just hadn't, because there was so much kind of noise in the background, couldn't really see what she had. And we made lots of new outfits for her. And then she would put it on, she took some selfies, sent them to friends, and they're like, oh, wow, you look amazing. And she hadn't bought anything. And that's what I want for you. I want you to, when you go into your wardrobe, be able to put things together and have that kind of wow feeling, not that just kind of a, well, it's comfortable and I'm making do. And the same principles, this thing of forcing yourself to wear things, forcing yourself to try on, it takes us out of that feeling worried about what's in our wardrobe, and from worried to knowing what's in there. That just gives us that power. And you can use the same principle applies to any kind of clutter in your house. I'll give you another, what's the time? Okay, I film with my telephone, so I'm just looking what time it is. I just want to give you another little anecdote about this. I'm helping another friend whose name also starts with A, and she had this, she's got this blockage about dealing with papers, not bills and manuals for electronics, but, memorabilia, greetings cards from family, old letters from when she was a teenager. And, she was physically, when I went round to help her, she was kind of physically kind of shaking. I said, it's all right, we're not, you don't need to get rid of anything. all we're doing is looking at what you've got. So we went through a couple of kind of drawers worth of stuff. And all we did was, do I want to keep this or can it go? And it's so funny because she went from not wanting to deal with it. She had a lot of fun going through stuff because, you know, you discover things that you didn't know you had. A lot of things left the building, or she found things from the family, could give back to the family, things that she is going to sell or give to the charity shop. But she said to me the other day, she said, you know what? I'm not scared anymore. And that was like the best thing. Like she's not scared to do it on her own anymore because she's just getting, you know, clarity, knowing what's in there, in those drawers or in those files or in your wardrobe. And that's all it is. So I want you to try everything on, obviously not in one go. That's a bit too intense. But every time you're getting dressed, take time to take a couple of outfits, try them on. Same with the shoes. Have a wee walk around. Are they pinching your toes? And let me know, what is your wardrobe like? Have you kind of got a bit too comfy with things? Let me know if you got any tips for doing this. And anyway, I'm going to let you get on with your day. And if you're looking for more inspiration, you can sign up for my newsletter. There's a wee link down below. And that way you get my videos and my blog posts without having to go onto social media. Right. Anyway, all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the wardrobe hooky be with you. And I'll see you very soon with a rah, rah, rah.